In this video, we'll be learning about very basic login as well as logout in .NET MAUI. So this tutorial gonna be a little bit big, but I'm just doing it from the scratch for the beginners, and it is applicable for both Android, iOS, and the Windows too. So let's get started quickly. So let's get going with basic architecture, that is folder categorization, that is models. Add new folder, views, and then view models. Okay, so so this is first this is just a brand new .NET MAUI app, and we have just created 3 folders: views, view models, and the models. Okay, so at first what we'll be creating is the login. Okay, so we'll be selecting a new file, and then we'll just select a .NET MAUI, and then a content page. Don't select the Xamarin one, this is the .NET MAUI. Okay, so we'll just create a login page. Okay, so inside the views, and here the login page will be looking as like this, that is a XAML page initialization, and you can use a C# implementation over here too. So at first what we actually need to do is like create entry. Okay, so entry placeholder. Okay, and login. So I'm just going to create a login entry, and then again going to create a placeholder password, means username, sorry, username and the password. Okay, so that the user can enter, and then a button. Okay, so button text will be something like login. Okay, background color black, text color white, and then make this login page also background color white. Okay, because there will be some problem after some theme color changes. So I'll just make the background color of this whole content page as a login page also as white. And then let's close the button, and I'm just going to place the whole stack to the center of the screen. So vertical stack layout, and vertical option as center and expand. And then what we actually need to do is like, now we'll start the binding. So here text is going to be binded with the view model, that is view model is going to give the data to the entry. Okay, so binding username. Okay, something like this. Okay, and text equals to binding binding password. Okay, so here we'll just complete this one, entry username password, and the same thing goes for the button too. So button has a command called as command property. We can implement the click handler too. Okay, so binding login command. Okay, login command. Okay, so same thing goes like this way. And same, if you create a login page, then you will create a view model class. Okay, and just general empty class. Okay, so login view model. Okay, so login view model is created, and what we next actually need to do is like for model 2. Okay, so the view model is where the data comes from. Okay, and now what we need to do is like, if we can create the model, then it will be really nice. And that is like let us suppose login request model. There should be a login request as well as a response model. Okay, so it will be really nice if you can create a login request model, or else you can simply bind the item to item 2, but let's make as standard as it is. Okay, so username and the password should be sent to the API or some like Firebase login authentication or somewhere else, right? So that the login occurs, and then you will get navigated to the main page, that is our dashboard page, right? So what we actually need to do now is now we should let the view know that binding context equals to new login page view model. Okay, so this login page view model is the same login page view model. That means we are going to what I think I have wrongly typed it, login view model. Okay, so we'll just copy and paste, and using the namespace implementation, now we are going to let the view model know that we are going to pass either username or password. Okay, so here what you actually need to create is like a bindable property. Okay, a bindable property which binds the username and password. Okay, so this is the implementation. I don't recommend you to understand and learn this one Okay, so but as a standard I notify property changed. Okay, so I don't recommend you to learn this thing. Okay, so here using the system.component, and again quick action and refactoring, implement the interface. Okay, so it will just implement the interface, and we have another method that need to be initialized. Okay, so that is public it is this one, and we need to implement this protected void on on a property changed event. Okay, so that the property of username as well as the password gets changed. Okay, so now what we need to actually do is property changed dot invoke, and then we should get this new property change event arguments, and then property name. Okay, so this you don't need to understand this part. Okay, that this is only for our modal binding, that is like the UI property changes. And if you are creating like a collection view, list view, and then you will be needing this on property change, because we want the property either to be changed on during the runtime. Okay, so I don't recommend you to understand this or anything like that, just keep it as it is. Okay. Now what we actually need to do is let's go to the login view model. So we have created a login request model, right? So this is the model. Okay, so what you need to pass is like for the API or any database saving, you need a model. Okay, so public string username. Okay, let us suppose it has a getter and setters. Okay, and you would be passing username and the password, right? So I'll just copy and then paste the password WORD. Okay, so now the username and the password is the model class, and what we actually need to do now is private now login request model. Okay, so login request model is another way of creating a login. Okay, so login request. So first of all, we'll just create a login my login request model. I'll just create my login as a private class. Okay, so okay, so my login request model. Okay, so now this is same as like how you have binded the collection view with the view model. Same thing I'm doing over here. Public login request model, and then my login, just a caps, and then my login request model, and then that goes with the this one. Okay, so same thing, getter and the setters, return. Okay, so my login request model, so same thing goes over here. So this is only for our property change, and I'll let you know why I have created this way. And you can simply bind the username or password over here too, and it depends upon your use cases, but I really like this way. Okay, so set my login, what is that, my login, my login request model equals to value. Okay, and then what we need to do now is on property change, and what we actually need to do is name of, and then what we are going to change is this one, the public property. Okay, so I have gone down. Okay, so the public property, that is my property change, that gets changed over here, and that is it. So same as like how you have binded the collection view, same way we are going to create a on property change and add the value. Okay, so this is how it actually looks like, the getter and the setter. But for the initialization, we need to create a model equals to new login model. Okay, so that we can take the property out of this my login request model and attach to the UI. Okay, so this is how we can create a login request model. Okay, same as like what we have done. So my login request model, what we actually have is inside is the login view model, right? So it is login view model. I need to change it to login request model, my bad, sorry. Okay, so my login request model, quick action and refactoring, and we'll just get from the model we are going to get login request model. Okay, it's not login view model, it's login request model that we need to create. Okay, so as a property, and now what we need to do is my login request model has actually the username and the password, right? That needs to be attached with the UI. So what we'll do is like my login request model dot the username should be same as like this username, and the password should be same as like password, password, and p is caps. Okay, so p is caps. So now as soon as we enter the username and password, then we'll get all our data. Okay, and whatever we want to do, either we want to send it to the Firebase or somewhere else, we can do it. Okay, we don't need to separately bind the username, separately bind the password, and then do some stuffs over here. We don't need that. Okay, so this is how the model property binding works. Okay, so this is another way of binding. So now what we will actually do is the login command binding. Okay, so login command binding is public I command what is that, login command. Okay, so I'll just copy this login command and paste it over here. We'll have a get property for the command binding. So we'll just again implement the interface, and then login command equals to new command, and then we'll just perform the login. Okay, perform login operation. Okay, so quick action and refactoring, generate a method. Okay, and then we can just quickly generate a method out of it, and you can create async await task over here, and then perform API operation or database operation. Okay, DB operation. Okay, so that's it. And then if success is there, then what we actually need to do is like we need to save some data, right? And then only transfer it to the home page, okay, or sale page. So what we actually now going to do is like we'll just use some breakpoints. I'll just point it here, some breakpoint, and if you run the project, okay, now we should get the data. Okay, bar space data equals to I'll just show it to you what I meant to tell. Okay, I'll just close this one and a method. Okay, I'll just call this method. Let us suppose this my login request model should have our username and password, which is entered from the entry field. Okay, and let's see whether it gives us a correct output or not in the data. Okay, we'll just use the breakpoints over here. Okay, so here let's see. At first what we actually need to do now is before going to this is the brand new project, right? So at first it won't show us any output. Okay, so what we actually need to do now is, let me go over here, and now we need to tell our sale page, that is our app.xaml.cs, that app cell is going to start at first. Okay, so at first app cell is going to start, and we are going to tell that we are going to create a login page, and which will be a middleware, either to transfer the UI to the home page or dashboard page or the main page. Okay, or else if the user is not authenticated, the user comes back to the login page. Okay, so what we actually need to do is we have to create a flyout item, and then what we actually going to do is we will create a flyout item, and in that flyout item we'll get a route for the login. Okay, login means the routing, how the means in app cell there is a term named as login, means routing. Okay, and that is really important whenever you are going to either to main page or again coming back to the login page. So that is route is really important. So here whenever the like application is created, and at first you can see the route equals to main page, that means the application should transfer to the main page. Now we are going to tell that we are going to show the login page at first. Okay, and then what we actually need to do is like in the flyout item, what we actually are going to do is like cell content template equals to, and then data template space. Now we will call namespace my login. Okay, so the UI will be calling it, and then my login equals, and then we'll be calling our login page. Okay, so just check out whether what is our login page inside the views, right? Simple login logout as a project name dot views, right? So inside the views we have a login page. Okay, so now what we actually need to do is my login, my login, that is the namespace, then we'll just call the login page. Okay, so now we are going to tell that we'll just show the login page before anything happens. Okay, and then let's go and check it out whether our now the login page displays or not at first. Okay, so here I think I have done some mistake over here. Where is the expected one? Oh, sorry, over here. Okay, so now let's see whether it gives us a login page or not at first whenever the application starts. Okay, so and then we have already added the breakpoint over there, right, in the login page. So here you can see the login page is with the username and password. Now what we'll do is like we'll just enter Samir, password is 12345 okay, and we'll try to log in. Okay, now the breakpoint is going to hit. Okay, and now here you can see the data will now contain the username and password that is automatically binded. You don't need any type of like username separately binding, password separate binding, nothing. You don't want that. This is modal binding. Okay, that is how it will actually work. Now what we need to do right now is after the authentication happens, now we'll save now let's create a logout feature, because right now we have already created login, means login page has come up. Okay, now what we actually need to do is like now you need to go to this one another page, that is our dashboard page, right, means our home page that need to be transferred. So what we actually need to do is now we'll be using await, means after authentication happens, let us suppose the authentication happens, all the successful response comes. Now shell dot current dot go to async, and then now what we'll actually do is state property, and now what we are going to transfer the user to the what it is called the home page, that is our main page, right? So here in the main page what we have written over here is like the main page is our sales home page or dashboard. You can just create another page over here as a dashboard page, okay, as a view, and register to it. Okay, it depends upon your case. It doesn't mean that you need to create a main page over here. Just make routing as dashboard, and then give the page name as dashboard page. Okay, so it depends upon your use cases. Here I'll just use the main page. Why not to create that, because somebody will not understand that. Okay, so new file .NET MAUI, okay, content page YAML. So I'll just create a dashboard page. Okay, dashboard page. Okay, now this dashboard page is again going to be welcome to .NET MAUI dashboard page. Okay, dashboard page. Okay, now from this dashboard page what I'll just do is like, okay, so now when the login happens, then user will transfer to the dashboard page. So in order to do that, what I'll do is like my login is the namespace which also contains my login. Okay, dot dashboard page, right? So this is the dashboard page. Okay, so I'll just call the dashboard page from here itself. Okay, it depends upon my use cases. So my login, the views has my login. Okay, so you can create another folder over here and then give a different namespace upon your case, but here I have in my login is the namespace where I have views. In the views folder I have a dashboard, that's why I'm able to call this. Okay, and give it a dashboard, okay, as a route, and then title as home, and it depends upon your use cases. And now what happens is like now I need to go to the dashboard, okay, from this from with the help of this route whenever the user logs in. Okay, so now this is how the everything works. Now the user will go to the dashboard page. Okay, let's see whether it goes or not after login. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's run the application. So test as password as test. Okay, so now it should go to the dashboard page. Okay, so welcome to .NET MAUI dashboard page, means now after all the authentication has happened, the dashboard is now coming up nice and clean. Okay, so now what we actually need to do is we create a logout button over here. Okay, so dashboard page, let's create a logout button. You can just add it to the flyout menu too over here on the left hand side. I'll just show it to you where to use it. Okay, so button space text equals to logout. Okay, so background color black, text color white. Okay, so so that's it. Okay, vertical stack layout, vertical option as center, spacing as 20. So here you can see logout button has come up nice and easy. Okay, so I'll just do is margin goes to 20. Okay, now the button also will have a command property, you know that, right? So button logout whenever user logs in, and then again he has to log out. Okay, so logout command equals to binding log out command. Okay, so logout command. So that if you are creating a view, then you need to create a view model for sure. Okay, so view model, just add a new class. That is our dashboard page view model. Okay, so dashboard page view model, and then we'll just add here command property public I command I command, and then paste the command that you have used in the views. It has a getter property. Okay, I command, and then logout command. Okay, so here logout command equals to new command. Okay, perform logout operation, perform logout operation, quick action and refactoring. Okay, so here generate a method. Now what we'll do is, like, now we need to log the user out, right? So in order to do that, what we actually need to do is here we need to tell our UI that we are going to a logout page after this. So what we need to do is, again, await cell dot current dot go to async, and then we'll just tell the user that means UI that we are going to log out. So here double slashes login. Okay, so now what our login should be same as like the routing that we have done. Okay, so here login is the login, routing should be login. Okay, so that we are going to that page, but make sure that you have binded your dashboard with the view model. Okay, so binding context equals to new dashboard page view model. So this is the view model. I just added there is a typo, but you can fix it of your own. View model, just there is a typo, no worries. Okay, we can use it. Okay, so that's that. Login and logout will occur, and if you are using some type of Windows or anything like if you are using some Windows machine, then there will be some problem. Okay, so what we actually need to do is like remove the cell.flyout flyout behavior equals to false. Okay, logged means disabled. Okay, we don't want flyout item or anything in our login page. Cell dot navigation bar visible equals to false. So make that thing, or else it won't look good on Windows login and logout authentication. So now login and logout should happen. Okay, so here let's see whether our login and logout works or not. So test or anything, and after successful validation it goes to the dashboard. I'll just click on F5. Now you have a logout. Now we get transferred to the login page. Okay, so that is how login and logout work. Now if you want to save the user authentication, if you want the user to directly come to the login page, okay, means the dashboard page without going through the logout. Okay, so how it's done. So that is the next step. So before that, let's see whether we can generate our flyout menu or not. So flyout behavior enabled. Okay, so flyout, so you can see over here, let's see cell.flyout behavior flyout. Okay, so let's run the project at first, and then let's see whether we get our first of all the flyout item or not from the left menu, and I'll just let you know what needs to be done. Okay, so this is the login. Okay, so here you can see the left menu also came, and you can just use some multiple tabs. And next thing that you can do is like you can create a menu, means one option over here to log out, also one option log out, and you can use a menu cell item. So just I'll just give the documentation over there, and then a menu click item is there. Okay, you can just put that thing up over here and then try to log out using the code behind. You can do that too, or you can just put it into the pages and do a logout. Okay, so now what we actually need to do is we directly need to go to the dashboard page. Okay, whenever the user authenticates. So in order to do that, at first, after the authentication happens from the Firebase database or any API login authentication, we are going to save the user to somewhere what it is called, into a safest place. Okay, safest place means in a sense like we are going to save it to the preferences. In order to save it to the preferences, what we actually need to do is here, at first, whenever the login happens, if the successful response comes, then we are going to save the preferences dot set. Okay, so we are going to set it key as user already logged in as a key. Okay, value equals to you can just put a boolean value to, so here true. Okay, so now we have added we have added a secure place where we are going to tell that the user has already logged in. Okay, and it's ready to go to the dashboard page for the first time. Okay, this is the first time, and when the user logs into the app, okay, and at the first time, okay, so what actually happens is like in this area. Okay, in this area, what we need to check is in the app cell, the application will hit strike. You can tell anything anything as you like. Okay, so what we actually need to do over here is we need to get the preferences item that is saved. Okay, bar space get user saved user saved key. Okay, so here user saved key will be getting. Okay, so preferences dot get. Okay, so if we have what we have saved previously was something like whenever the user has logged in, right? Here user already logged in. Okay, so the same key will be used to extract the data. Okay, so whenever the user directly hits the application, that runs the application, at that time, okay, we'll just get the value. Okay, or else we'll get the we'll get a false condition. Okay, means if user already logged in, then we'll get the true, or else default condition is false. Okay, so if get saved user saved key equals to true, okay, then what we actually need to do is do user will log in to the what it is called, user is going to go directly to the cell page, that is our main dashboard page. Okay, or else the user is going to go to the login page. Okay, so if it is true, then what we actually need to do is go to app cell. Here what we are going to do is, this is the cell, and give the X name for the app cell, that is my app cell. Okay, and the page where we are going to navigate, it might be dashboard or any other page of your own, like orders, anything. So X name my dashboard page. Okay, and then what we'll be calling is so here we'll be calling this my app cell dot current item equals to, so the current item will be my dashboard page. Okay, so or else my my current item equals to the login page. Okay, that means if the user is not logged in, my login page. Okay, so let me go over here and run the project. Okay, now it should work. Okay, at first it will just get the key. Okay, here I'll just put a breakpoint so that we can see it. Okay, so here let's run the app. Okay, so at first it will be false because we have not logged in. Okay, so it will go to the login page. we'll just use the test or something like that. You can just use a validator validation. Okay, now the key is set with the data. Okay, so now what actually has happened is we have already saved the data, means now in the key it has already been saved. Now we need to see the user already logged in feature, that is whenever user has logged in. Okay, so here the logged in feature, now it should just give me a true option. Okay, so that is what actually the use case. Okay, so now you have already gone through the dashboard page without going to the login. Okay, now if you want to clean the things up, okay, and then like whenever the logout has happened, okay, then you need to the final part is clearing the preferences. So here preferences dot clear. Okay, so clear the key that that has been used previously. Okay, so that has already been used during the time of login. Okay, so user already logged in. Whenever the dashboard logout button is clicked, then we'll be clearing that thing, and our full featured login logout has been completed. Okay, I'll just show it to you how it actually works. So I'll just remove all the breakpoints, clear all the breakpoints, we don't want it. Okay, so our application right now starts with the dashboard page whenever a user logs in. Okay, so I'll just close the project. I'll just show it to you how it actually works. Okay, simple login logout example. First of all, when application starts, the login will occur. Okay, and then now when I log out, okay, and then we'll use some username and password. Okay, and now we have not logged in, right? We have not logged in. We'll just close the project. Okay, now the login UI should come. Okay, so the login clear has not worked, that means. Okay, and what we actually need to do now is let's log out from here. Okay, and then we'll just close the project again. Our clear has not worked, I don't know why. Okay, so oh my god. Okay, so what we actually need to do is like we'll just clear everything. Okay, so this clear button is going to clear everything up, all the keys inside the security state. That's why I want to test it before I deliver it to you, so that it works perfectly. Okay, so now what we'll do is like we'll just create a logout. Okay, and what we'll do is like we'll just use the username password. We don't need to log in now. Okay, we'll just close the project. Now when I try to log in, now it should go to the login page. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so that's nice. It already transferred to the login page, right? So now this is how the actual working of the project works. That is, user tries to log in and you'll go navigate it to the dashboard page, and if the user does not log out, okay, and if you again user comes back to the app, then it goes to the dashboard page. Okay, and then now if the user logs out, then if you again try to log back in to the app, then he should get navigated to the login page. That's all. So that is how the full login and logout with the saved token works. So that's all for this tutorial now. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Keep in touch for next tutorials.